Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another social emotional wellness episode. My name is Tony Curitan, and today I'd like to share some information with you on domestic violence. So, domestic violence, also known as intimate partner violence, refers to a pattern of abusive behavior in a romantic relationship or domestic setting. It encompasses various forms of abuse, which includes physical abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, sexual abuse, and financial abuse. And this is where one partner uses to exert power and control over another by using any one of these tactics. Today, I'd like to share an overview of what domestic violence is. So, let's go over the different types of domestic violence. First, you have physical abuse, which involves the use of force against a partner, including hitting, slapping, choking, or using weapons. This type of abuse can result in injury or death. Then there's emotional or psychological abuse. It involves tactics to undermine a person's self-esteem and emotional well-being, such as manipulation, intimidation, threats, or verbal abuse. Then there's sexual abuse. Any non-consensual sexual act or behavior, including rape, coercion into sexual acts, or degrading treatment. This is called sexual abuse. Then there's financial abuse. And that's where controlling a partner's access to financial resources, preventing them from working, or withholding money as a means of control. So, domestic violence affects people all across demographics, regardless of age, race, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic status. The impact of domestic violence on victims often experiences long-term physical and mental health issues, including depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder. The causes of domestic violence, fundamentally, it's about power and being in control. Abusers seek to exert control over their partners. Truthfully, that's the bottom line. But there can also be other factors like cultural and social norms, where societal attitudes towards gender roles and masculinity and violence can perpetuate domestic violence. This is where you have some cultures where men are viewed as, superior, in charge. Then you have individual factors. You have personal history of trauma, substance abuse, and mental health issues. All of these can contribute to abusive behavior. So what are some of the signs of domestic violence? Well, first you'll have behavioral changes. Victims may exhibit signs of fear, anxiety, depression, or withdrawal from friends and family. Then there will be physical indicators. There'll be unexplained injuries, frequent absences from work or social activities, and a partner who is overly controlling or jealous can be a very big red flag in a relationship. Then there's isolation. Abusers may try to isolate their partners from friends and family and support networks. You ought to watch out for this as well. So what can be the impact on families and communities with regards to domestic violence? Well, children who witness domestic violence are at risk for emotional behavior and cognitive problems. They may also become desensitized to violence. And then there's the economic factor. Domestic violence has significant economic impacts, including healthcare costs, legal expenses, and lost productivity. So, what kind of support and resources are out there for people who may have experienced or be experiencing domestic violence? Well, there are various organizations that provide confidential support, hotlines, and shelter for victims who are experiencing domestic violence. There are also legal protections. Many jurisdictions have laws in place to protect victims, such as restraining orders and protections during divorce or custody proceedings. And then there's counseling and therapy. Professional counseling can help both victims and abusers address the underlying issues related to domestic violence. So, how can we prevent domestic violence? We can start with education and awareness. By raising awareness about the signs of domestic violence and promoting healthy relationships, we can help prevent this type of abuse from happening. Also, get the community involved. Community engagement is super important. Involving communities in discussions about violent prevention, resources, and support can lead to more informed public and communities. Then there's the bystander intervention. Encouraging individuals to speak out and to intervene in potentially abusive situations can create safer environments. So, what are our key takeaways? Domestic violence is a complex and pervasive issue that affects many individuals and families. Understanding its forms, causes, and effects is crucial in addressing and preventing abuse. Supporting victims, promoting education, and fostering a culture of respect and nonviolence are essential steps towards creating a safer community. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, it's important to seek help from professionals or organizations specializing in support for victims. So, if you need to speak with someone, seek a professional. There is nothing wrong with talking to a counselor or a therapist. A mental health professional can provide guidance and support, along with coping strategies to help assist you in these situations. Two good resources you'll see here on the screen are Turning Point Macomb. Their number is 586-463-4430. Web address is right there on your screen. And then there's Avalon Healing Center, and they're located at 601 Bagley in Detroit. The main number is 313-964-9701, and their 24-hour helpline is 313-474-SAFE. Their web address is on the screen. Well, friends, that is my time for today. I hope this information helps you on your self-care journey. If you need more information, please be sure to click the survey link below and make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching. My name is Toni Cureton, and I will see you next time on our social emotional wellness episode.